Hi guys, it's Connie and welcome to Witchcraftin'. I do apologize that I have not been around these last few weeks. I have been extremely busy and dealing with, personal things. But I'm going to go ahead and just do a really quick Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead incense blend that is really pretty simple and pretty quick to make, and you can burn it on Day of the Dead. So the only things that you're really going to need, and you can substitute any of these for whatever you want. This is just what I use as always. I'm going to be using some red roses and some pink roses. They represent love and the love that I have for my, past loved ones. You also need calendula, however you want to pronounce it, marigold. It's all the same. And those are to honor your dead. I'm also going to be using star anise that represents opening up spirituality, kind of like a divination, kind of, which is, obviously kind of what we do. I'm also going to have cinnamon stick, which again is the same thing. It's like a spiritual opening. I'm also going to be using a tiny bit of sweetgrass. Sweetgrass is a spiritual in honor for honoring. And then you will need copal or copal, however you want to pronounce it. And this is, they use this in Dia de los Muertos. If I could say that properly, it'd be amazing. The Day of the Dead to actually draw their spirits of their past loved ones in. And you have to excuse me while I'm doing this. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I just have this like little wooden grinding thing that I'm going to try to use. Hopefully I can use it on the copal, but I don't know. We will see. I don't need a lot of it because I'm going to just be burning it in, ritual and divination with my past loved ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and put, I don't know, about 3 good pinches of the calendula, or marigold, calendula, however you pronounce it. And then I'm going to make this a chunky incense. If you like the harder incense, powdery rather, you can grind all this up as much as you want into powder. I do not, so. And I'm just going to put in just one little star anise, however you want to pronounce it. Just gonna break it up just a little bit. And then I am going to go ahead and add a pinch of the roses. I have red rose and pink rose. And again, you don't need, too much unless you plan on burning, day and night. Then, yeah, I would recommend making a pretty big batch because it does burn pretty quick. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the red ones. Just kind of break that one up because that one was pretty big. And, like I said, you can always substitute for whatever herb you want to use. For instance, my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather, they all loved vanilla, the smell of vanilla. They loved vanilla candles, French vanilla, that kind of thing. So I'll probably later put a few drops of French vanilla fragrance oil in here. So if there is, a certain smell that kind of represents your past loved ones, then go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of break up the cinnamon stick a little bit. And I know this is probably a really fast video tutorial. I'm kind of going fast just because I have a really hard time uploading long videos because my internet is pretty crappy. So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. Okay, I'm just going to put just a little bit of the cinnamon in. You can always add more, keep adding until you get it just right. I'm going to go ahead and add a good little, I don't know if you can see that, a little, palm full of the copal, because that is what they use quite a bit for incense. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my ritual knife, my cutting knife, and I'm just going to kind of shred up this sweetgrass because I don't want it in big chunks. I just kind of want it blended in there. And what I will do is I am going to have all their favorite foods and snacks and drinks. I got, bourbon, and my grandma loved her really black, very strong coffee. I'm going to make that for her. My grandfather and my mother were like, they loved Pepsi. And yeah, I'm going to put cards out for them because they all love to play cards and poker. Yeah, and I'm going to have candles going for them. And what I'm going to do with some of this incense is I'm going to poke some holes, I don't know, in there. And I'm going to fill it up with some of the incense blend and some of my own personal oils that I'm going to be putting in there. And I'm going to write, a saying, a prayer, whatever I want on here. And then I will be burning that, and as well as I'm going to also be burning just regular white candles for all my loved ones. And I'm going to have their name on each one. So that's just kind of an idea. If you guys are kind of trying to figure out what you would like to do, that is what I will be doing. And then I'm just going to crush, blend, and try to get this all mixed up really well. And again, if you don't like loose incense, chunky incense like this, you can grind it up with your mortar and pestle. You can use your little witchino herb grinder and just kind of make it really powdery. I don't mind it chunky because I'm going to be using a charcoal disc and a pretty big incense burner. So it's not going to bug me. But if, again, if it's not your preference, if you do not like it like this, then by all means do it how you want. Sorry if this is making a lot of noise. This thing isn't exactly the quietest of grinding in the world. And it smells amazing. Try to get that hole. Come on. Nice and crushed. Okay. And just take your time on it. I will be off camera, obviously. I will be saying some words over it, and I'll be still kind of grinding it up some more as I do, say the words and whatnot. This thing always gets yuckies in it. Okay. Do whatever it is that you do magically. Everybody does things differently, and there's no right or wrong. But as you can see, oops, well, maybe if it would stay on there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. There we go. There is my Day of the Dead incense. I will be burning this, like I said, during my honorings of my past loved ones. And any kind of divination that I do with them, this will be used. And it smells divine. I'm telling you right now. It smells Oh, I don't, yeah, it smells like fall. So there is a very, hopefully, yeah, well, 10 minutes. I try to make it quicker, but hey, what can I say? I hope you all have a very, 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 very blessed Samhain, Day of the Dead, Halloween, Shadowfest, whatever. I hope you have a very blessed day or a couple days. Enjoy, spending some time with your past loved ones. My list grew pretty quick this year. Last year there was just a few people, that I was honoring, and this year I have pretty much most of my family. So it's going to be a little emotional, but it's going to also be happy, honoring them and, hopefully helping them, you know, pass pass the veil and yeah. So I hope you all have a very blessed night, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.